Hi everyone, welcome to this collective energy wave reading. I am reading this around the 9th of October, so I want to check in and see what we need to know around this time. So you are coming from many different zodiac signs. Let's see, as a collective, what type of energies are now influencing us. Okay, now I'm using a deck called the Minchiati deck. It's a old deck and I really like to read with it. I hope you enjoy with this vintage looking uh, historical cards. Okay, so let's pick our cards for the collective reading around this time. So our first message is, so this is the Aquarius cards. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Devil, Page of Pentacles. We have the Magician. We have the Eight of Pentacles and Six of Wands. One more card I will get. So this is the Ten of Cups. Okay, now I'm going to clarify these with Sibillas. So I'm clarifying the Aquarius cards with the Denari, clarifying the Seven of Swords with La Nemica, clarifying the Devil with Sacerdote reversed, clarifying the Page of Pentacles with Melancholia reversed, clarifying the Magician with Consolante Sorpresa, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, Letterato, clarifying the Six of Wands with Gran Signore reversed, and Ten of Cups is clarified by La Veggia Signora. Okay. I'm looking for my stick. It really works well. Yes. With the stick. Okay. So I have 8 cards for you, and now we will explore them. I may be also using the TV oracles tool. Okay. Okay. So now this is a collective reading, and to see a collective sign in the beginning, like Aquarius, um, is to me makes a lot of sense. So I think the collective energy um, has this wave of this Aquarian undertone. So Aquarius is about, of course, innovation, and it's like the mind serves in a way that it goes very individual, but it serves to something which is outside of yourself. So there can be some new ideas, and there can be some old terms which will be some old order which can have some disruption. So Denari energy is, I think, our financial terms. So this is the money card, and it's our future investments, our collective discussions around money, Um, Also, it can be technology or innovation with regards to material sources, which is going to add new collective values and resources. So all these, I think, undergoing some shifts. Uh, I will also look at the cards from a more personal way too. Yes, it's a collective reading, but I will also but try to extract a story that might also resonate in a personal level. So Aquarius and Denari energy in that sense um, is you trying to make the most of a particular resource, I do feel. And you wanna like believe if this is going to serve something for the future. Aquarius energy, of course, it can make us to step outside of our comfort zone. Um, it can invite us to think differently. Um, this is about not really being afraid of to break from the herd mindset too. So I think there are things you are thinking differently than the rest or a person, how a particular resources needs to be also managed maybe, okay? Because there is a huge implication on the material side of life, and also we have the devil energy here. So here the money, the effort, the rewards, the investments, uh, is I think in a way uh, is looking for some how to handle all of these kind of energy. Maybe the collective energy is pushing you to innovate in how you handle your resources. And this is also asking us, I feel, how do we also value things? Like how are you doing when it comes to valuing your time, valuing your talent, valuing your ideas? Are you building something for the future, or are we here repeating old cycle here? So some of you may be uh, setting more clear boundaries around finances, which can be maybe some people from now on, for instance, will charge fairly for their work, or you guys will step into something more future promising, future oriented, like you're gonna invest in skills, technology, or maybe even new communities. And the way forward, this energy tells us that not to cling to the tradition alone. So how we can also blend the old wisdom with the new vision is the question, because at the end we have the Ten of Cups and La Bella Signora, this old story here. Okay, like yeah, it's very new and very, let's say, visionary, but the energy at the end is can take you to a place where you are emotionally fulfilled as a result of your actions. And maybe this is like you 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 try to blend a couple of things here. It's not just one-sided, but I will come to that positions. So okay, so we also have the Seven of Swords clarified by La Nemica. So this is the woman enemy card. Now, the Seven of Swords energy is already something behind the scenes. Um, it's already about actually strategy and hidden agenda and the very quite maneuvers. But here I think there is a twist of betrayal or rivalry or like a jealousy adding up to adding up to it. The for the collective energy, the enemy energy, it may not be the literal woman enemy, but it can be an energy which is actually working against us at this time, like a gossip, like an envy. Maybe someone here is an individual mind is undermining the group process. Um, it's like not everyone here is really cheering up the collective energy. Not everyone cheering for the collective is also genuine, or not everyone cheering for your future efforts. Like someone has like a different plan than you. Okay, um, so it's like I think you can ask at this time the question of where in life do you feel watched, judged, uh, or even maybe quietly sabotaged. Um, Sometimes this can be, of course, an external influence. It can be a rival. It can be a coworker. But other times it can be someone even close to you, or it can be the self-sabotage too. So Seven of Swords dynamic can be when we second guessing our plans, or someone really is acting friendly, but actually they are not. They are not um, that friendly. They are actually competing with you underneath. So I think as um, as a collective way, there are some hidden rivalries going on. They are at play. Mm, at this moment, you can ask yourself who or what in your life feels like they smile in front of you, but they quietly pull away behind the scenes. So at this point, how you can actually claim your own strategy without feeding into their energy, without getting into their this hooks. So there is this type of dynamic playing out, and maybe some of you is really feeling this is already happening. So yeah, I strongly believe this is someone actually seem like supporting you, but they are different. They are acting different, I do feel. Now the devil has reverse sacerdote. Now here's where it gets really interesting because sometimes like you also discover some bigger things to your story rather than personal gains. Like the devil and reverse sacerdote is like the biggest corruption message you can ever get in a combination like that. There are unhealthy contracts, false leaderships, um, you know, energy in which we need to break these chains from unhealthy authority or some manipulative guidance. The devil energy here is a warning also for the false prophets, deceptive leaders, or institutions who are misusing the power. So you see this happening, and they are uh, like there are resources here, and who is like after your resources? Is someone preparing like a corrupt scenery to kind of uh, to kind of go for some different ways of gratification at that point. So, one thing we need to remind ourselves is that some practical new beginnings, very small and humble, is also possible. So, Page of Pentacles, when it comes to like money, skills, education, um, with also with the energy of recovery, um, in some areas with some steps we can really shake off some old sadness away. And we can like go small first, like starting small projects, seeking some new growth, um, not getting into that now bigger pits of, um, where we don't have control over things. But here, what we are also choosing to do here in our personal lives, I think will be very important. So, this is what we are actually concentrating at the moment. And this is followed by the Magician and Constellante Sorpresa, which is a very brilliant energy because Magician energy is um, really bringing some big surprise, like this manifestation energy, or what you are stepping into, bringing your skills. Like when you show off, when you show it, when you also uh, show your talents, like when you make yourself noticeable and visible, that there are opportunities, there are pleasant surprises, and opportunities open when you use your tools. So you can expect also some unexpected news, which can really help you to move forward. I think this is like a nudge, like universe is giving when you step into that initiator, like it's like a reward. And this is like you are being your personal agent. You are not getting into that corrupted, or something goes there underneath, yes, but you are, in order to update something, you have to build something new. I think this is one of my actually favorite quotes. It belongs to Buckminster Fuller, but I can't now remember the exact thing. So you are maybe trying to build something totally new. It's small, it's humble, but it's there. And Eight of Pentacles that are out there are people that we can trust, very skillful. This is also you learning. There is really a study here. Um, so collective energy, whatever goes in our lives, this is also honing our crafts. This is when we return to educate ourselves, when we do the work with consistency, like we want to build a long-term value here. So there are also good things happening. And we have the great gentleman and the Six of Wands here. Now, Six of Wands, Grand Signora, I think some people who are coming from that corrupted energy, having some hollow success or shallow success, they have this pride, like they show up with you, but their ego is inflated, or there are people who are after some kind of a recognition with their big egos, and these people comes from wrong sources, or like some may win around you. Okay, some people may win, but they win at the cost of authenticity. They look very similar and same with others. This is like a guy when you go in your flow and wanna leaves something behind that you have witnessed. You start small. You still see that people showing up and trying to win. Um, but it's like actually they can't achieve what you achieve. Um, and you know what? What you are here actually you can achieve at this time. Maybe not that type of a big success recognition that big decision which can bring the biggest results or things. It's the reading tells us like to concentrate on the ultimate vision of harmony, family. People feel like family, community, or things, ideas which is clarified by tradition and wisdom. Now, it's like you gotta do the new thing. Yes, in the beginning we talked about this, but this way seems to be a bit corrupted, or there is really some blockage there. So you go other way around. You start with your own efforts. Some people come and again win at the cost of maybe their authenticity, but what you win in the end is, I think, um you got healed from something, and you heal through roots, you heal through family and heritage. And guess what? We have a Jupiter in Cancer going on, transiting right now. There is a sense of union. So you can actually heal through those roots, that heritage. And of course, if nothing but the guidance of the past. So I think you're gonna realize what some people may have those shallow connections and they try to win around you, etc. But the true happiness feels like grounded in authentic connections and traditions with wisdom. Okay. Um, so this is what you're gonna, I think, realize around this time. And this may really hit in a from a very emotional tone, I do feel. Um, and this is making you to shake off some manipulative structures. You are rediscovering the authentic power. You are embracing learning and remembering that the real fulfillment actually comes from um, it does not come from ego victories, but it comes from that uh, community, shared wisdom, uh, maybe some wisdom, some stories coming from your roots or heritage. Because there are some stories there that needs to come out, like the guidance of the past will definitely help you. It's gonna give you hope. It's gonna give you hope. I'm thinking what I can add to this reading. Okay, now I'm going to see the collective shadow at this time from this deck. So, shadow healing, original guidance cards by Mel Brown. Okay. Now let's get a collective shadow energy and see the healing opportunities around that. We have the fraud. So it seems the fraud, the Seven of Swords and the Nemika with the Devil and the reverse Sagarta order. The fraud is just right coming after the values and money and finances. Being left with the deception that you once thought was truth can leave you feeling beaten, but you will emerge from this situation stronger than when you begin. I think this is really Also explaining that the reading after the Page of Pentacles, Reverse Melancholia, Magician, and also the Eight of Pentacles energy. I think it like sits somewhere here. If this card has to sit somewhere, it sits here. And so what you have like, you may witness the fraud, you may witness the deception, you may see people, systems, also in your individual lives, like these things you have once trusted, now they are showing their true colors. Seven of Swords, La Nemica. Okay, the devil reverse sacerdote, false authority, corruption, enemy, woman energy. So yes, fraud energy is painful, but this is something also initiates, actually it's initiatory, and you may feel beaten, or you may feel humiliated by betrayal. But this shadow energy is actually teaching us resilience, which means we learn now discernment, we learn strength, we learn about more about clarity. Now the Aquarius and this Denari energy is maybe something like innovation versus old material values. And so, what were then with the Seven of Swords and the Devil? What were the false promises around money? What progresses have been swallowed by that? And it's like we are realigning with our values. Maybe some of you now going through this. This is how you're gonna realign with your values. Deceptions, of course, concepts are personified in our lives, right? And of course, you may see people who are not honest. You need to stay alert. You need to see unhealthy contracts, maybe to understand first the false people, fraud people, false teachers, false prophets, right? Uh, so the fraud energy is actually pushing healing by breaking the chains to that deceitful authority. And then I think after this deception, you are finding a chance to start fresh, with very clear eyes of the Page of Pentacles. And the manifestation energy comes forward. The true spark becomes visible once the illusions are cleared out the way. And actually the shadow is teaching us how we can uh, channel our power from an authentic place and not false promises, you know. I There is a strong also energy here that there is an audience, there are spectators. You are also, because someone is watching here, and you will be like, that's why showing your skills, talents, like there is this someone who is evaluating your work or something. You're gonna witness also, people can win, but you're gonna see how their victory is hollow. It doesn't have any authenticity. So I think around this time we are warned against chasing any kind of instant gratified recognition or anything, you know, which is gonna make you visible. We shouldn't chase it from corrupt or hollow sources. But corrupt and hollow sources nowadays will be definitely around us. Uh, there was this one mafia guy who was out in one of the biggest cities in my country. This has reminded me that as well. Um, and the deception hurts so much in life, friends. But it also purifies. It shows us like what we don't want to be. Um, and we are also learning to tell the differences between false promises and true support, right? There is really a division in that. True support and false promises. And oftentimes in the situations, you're gonna see this hand in hand that um, you discern and you see the results in the end. And from that dilemma, from that shadow and light qualities, from that opposites, are both of our personal and collective strength is born, I do feel. So this is what I have for you. I think this is to me feels like a crescendo of the last 30 days. I have also other collective readings, but this one was really, I think, hit home for a lot of ways when I also see some and from my environment and things. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you find it informative. Uh, Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.